fashion show. Um, this is fast fashion. Overproduction, big brands, and micro trends.
Some examples of this are Urban Outfitters, Gap, and Zara. They just overwork their workers. And other examples are H&M, Forever 21, and Shein, and they also use forced labor and they have poor work conditions, so it's very dangerous for all the workers.
The solution to this is slow fashion.
What? Okay, the first example of this is thrifting, and so you can buy second, third, fourth-hand clothing, and it slowly recycles trends and it reduces consumption.
Another example is upcycling, making clothes that you don't think are too good into more fashionable clothes, or making clothes that are too small into something that fit, and just reusing your clothes in general, as this can transform waste materials into new products and cut down landfill waste. Fast fashion impacts our earth. Fast fashion uses water and energy. The fast fashion industry uses over 93, let me count the zeros, trillion in liters of water per year to produce 60,000 billion kilograms of clothing. It also uses a ton of energy, as the fast fashion industry equates to driving almost 400 million cars for 1 year. Using sustainable clothes can save water, as thrifting and upcycling one shirt can save 2,700 liters of water, and one pair of pants can save 8,000 liters. It also saves energy.
Fast fashion can also impact human lives and money because it puts human safety at risk when you're working there, and fast fashion has a tendency to push people into a constant cycle of spending more money on lower quality items. But slow fashion can save lives by cutting demand for fast fashion production, and it also allows you to save money while getting more sustainable pieces of clothing.
It also impacts millions. In the Rana Plaza factory collapse in Bangladesh, at least 1,100 garment workers died, and over 2,500 people were injured. In recent years, people still die annually due to fast fashion. The workers are also exploited through abuse and harsh work conditions.
Here are some thrift resources that you can use. So thrift stores in the area are Savers, Sister Thrift, and DC Knitted Consignments, and then these are secondhand resources online, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, and eBay.
And now the models will come. Daisy Rutmore. Abby Colossus. Noah Bergman. Walker. Lana Sargent. Michelle Angelova again. Abby Palate. Lacey Ratmore. Noah Birdman. Jules Edgar. Adam Long. Haley Walker. Abby Palate. Our models.
Now we're gonna interview our models. So, Kaylee, what is your biggest thrift win?
Biggest thrift win? That's a good question. Actually, I really like this shirt. I like the shirt a lot. It wasn't it was thrifted, but it was thrifted from a thrift store in Burlington. That's both a thrift store and like an art store. So they upcycle stuff and then they like make it into new stuff. So this is like printmaking, and I really like this shirt. I think it's fun. So that's probably my biggest thrift one. But if we're going actual thrift stores, I really like this belt. I wear it a lot. It's technically a kid's belt, but that's okay. I still wear it. It's a little small. That's okay.
What are you wearing right now?
Right now I'm wearing a little cardigan I got got from Savers, and I'm also wearing this dress is actually a t-shirt, and I really like the fabric, so I tied it up to make a dress.
Do you upcycle your clothes a lot?
Yeah, I upcycle lots of my clothes. I like sewing and embroidering.
How do you know when something is a good find when thrifting?
If it fits well and if I really like it and if it matches well to my other clothes.
What's your favorite thing that you've ever thrifted?
My favorite thing that I've thrifted is probably this skirt. I wear it a lot during the summer. I think it's pretty cute.
Where'd you get it?
Someplace in Savannah, Georgia. So I'm not entirely sure.
I love your outfit. Where'd you get it from?
So the pants I got from Sister Thrift, which is a thrift store near my house in Birmingham. This coat was a gift from one of my aunts, and the shoes were from Savers, and this shirt I bought in Provincetown on the Cape. So, yeah.
What got you thrifting into the first place?
I know initially sometimes I would go to the mall with my friends, but then I think we kind of just got into thrifting because we were like, oh, it's cheaper, but then the styles are nicer, and I feel that you can definitely find nice styles that you can't otherwise find in a regular store.
What stores do you go to thrift?
There's a Savers and Native that I go to, also a Sister Thrift that Jules mentioned, and sometimes there's a Saver up in Norwood that I go to as well.
When did you first start thrifting?
Hi. I don't know. I used to thrift. We didn't really call it thrifting, but when I was a teenager, my mom and my sister and I would go to Maine into all these sort of antique shops, but they were more like barns or places with lots of little stands, and we would hunt for treasure. It was kind of like a thing my mom and sister and I used to do. Yeah, but now I like to go. I go to Savers in Framingham. I go to Wilmington Savers. There's another thrift store in Wilmington called Main Street Thrift that's really great. So it's fun. It's just treasure hunting. Okay.
You run Sewing Club, right? Can you tell us a little more about it?
Sure. Okay, so I have a little speech. I have a speech about Sewing Club. I'm very passionate about Sewing Club and about sewing. Okay, so I'm Miss Langelier. I run a sewing club on Fridays, so you can stop by today if you're interested in room B208, and anyone can come. It's for any level. Even if you've never touched a sewing machine before, we have 5 machines. So I started the sewing club, I would say 10 years ago, to share my passion for sewing with my students, because I think people are longing to learn more hands-on skills. So like I said, this club meets on Fridays in B208, and students have the freedom to create one-of-a-kind garments or explore any other project they might be interested in. I've been amazed and impressed at what students have made over the years and love witnessing their creative process. I truly believe that craft brings people together, and I think making your own clothes brings with it an immense feeling of pride and confidence. In addition, making clothes, mending, altering, and thrifting are also more sustainable practices than buying from fast fashion brands. It's also a way to be unique and original instead of following the latest trend. So I really encourage you guys to come on Friday afternoons to Sewing Club, even if you just want to learn to hem your pants. It's a great thing to do. It's a lot of fun, and it's a skill I think everyone should have. So come to Sewing Club.
What's the coolest thing you've ever found when thrifting?
I found a rugby sweater at I think it was a Savers, and
ever outfit you created with thrifted clothes?
So I previously thrifted a black corset and like the white like cool pattern button down. So I think that would be like my favorite ever outfit that I've thrifted.
Does anyone have any questions for our models?
Well, I just have a comment I wanted to back up Madam Launch's sewing club. So if you like to rap about chest or something and you don't have an appropriate shirt to wear, you can find the fabric, which actually you found for me, but the shirt that I wore that I love to wear when I do the chest wrap is made to order by the sewing club.
Thank you, Mr. Rideout.
Thank you for that.
Anyone else?
Question.
Oh.
If someone were to say work at Savers, what would the discount be?
I can tell you, I worked at Savers over the summer, and
really?
there is no friends and family discount, but the employee discount is 50% off. And I would encourage people to work at thrift stores instead of supporting big corporations.
Can I add something to that actually? If you have grandparents who are over 55, Tuesdays are senior 30% off discount days. Grab your grandma.
And now from our president, Kelly Walker.
Hello, I'm one of the presidents. You're a president. Okay, well this is good. So I really enjoy the Slow Fashion Show. It's something that we've done every single year since I was a freshman. And I just want to talk a little bit about Green Team as a whole. Green Team is a very good organization when it comes to like trying to do something and actually make an impact and being able to see that impact actually happen. So like for instance, we dealt with water bottles, I think my sophomore year. We have this, which is something that like you can see the end product of. The composting, which hasn't happened much this year, but it's still something that you can definitely see like an end product of. The gardening, same with that. So we meet 8 a.m. on Friday, so if anyone wants to go, that's a lot of fun. And I also wanted to talk a little bit about thrifting. Thrifting is super fun. Like some people said before, it's like a treasure hunt. So I started thrifting because I really like Beanie Babies. I was really into Beanie Babies, I think my 7th grade year. And when I started going, I started finding more and more clothes, but I just wanted to like hammer down that it's not just clothing. It's everything. It's like furniture, it's like kids' toys, it's blankets, it's really anything. So if you're looking for something like short notice or you just need something that doesn't need to be a like high-end item, if you go to a thrift store, you'll probably find it. And I think that that's something that's really incredible.
Now we have some questions for you guys in the audience. What's the best thing that you guys have ever thrifted?
I once got this really pretty floral shirt,
Oh, we have a hand over there.
I thrifted this leather jacket for $5. It was the Savers in India.
Real leather or was it pleather?
I don't.
Abdul?
Of the day
Oh, what?
the vet, Tyson at KC3. Elon, you be watching KC3.
I got a suit jacket and dress pants size extra large at Savers for $15, I think. So that was pretty good.
If you know what Wayland Curve Fibers is, I once found a desk from 1780, I think. It said the date on the back, and the guy who built it, and it's like 100% wood, really high quality. It definitely would have been like, I don't know, like $500 otherwise, but it was free. So.
I got my lucky socks from a thrift store.
Can you tell us more about that? I want to know, why are they lucky?
They're colorful, and I like them, and they give me luck.
So when do you wear them? Like on tests, when you have tests or things?
Like I started wearing when I wrestle. Like that's kind of just that.
Nice. And it's every time you wear them, you win.
Like not always, but I feel like I wrestle better.
Okay, I love it. Ooh. Can you stand up and show us? Because you look pretty, very, very on point. Yeah.
I once got these really cool shoes at a thrift store in the Adirondacks in Glens Falls, New York. So like it's just one that we go to a lot. So.
I once got a Burberry coat at Savers. Do you guys know Burberry? It's like a designer brand. And a woman there offered me $500 on the spot for it, but I didn't take it. I wanted the coat, so I still have the coat. I probably should have taken the $500.
This isn't a personal find for me, but me and Sil just did Seussical, which was a musical we did with 5th graders, and we supplied, I'd say, probably half of the costumes only with Savers, which was very exciting and also a little scary, but it was fun. Seussical was just a scary process, though, because 5th graders, but it was still fun.
I got my wallet that I use every single day from Savers, and I'm really excited about it. I also have lots of purses from there.
I remember I would go to Auntie Rolf's house and Nan's house too, because I just wanted to go have a sleepover. Thank you, everybody.
I got these jeans from Savers.
The two of us over here were talking about how we get a lot of our little clothes for our children from Savers. It's a great place if you have little cousins and you want to get them something too.
Does anyone in this room upcycle or sew clothes?
I know you do.
I upcycle and sew clothes.
Tell us about it. How'd you get into it? How'd you get into it?
Upcycling means?
Yeah. I guess my version of upcycling is whenever I go to Savers or a thrift store, I pay more attention to like what type of fabric I'm getting, like what material it is, and then also if I like the design. Like this is honestly a really just large t-shirt that I kind of tied around to be a dress. but that's not as far as upcycling goes. Also the first outfit that I was wearing was also an upcycled like set. I like buying clothes that have good patterns or good fabrics, and sometimes you'll see that at Savers or in thrift stores, and you won't like how they fit you, but upcycling clothes could be sewing them to fit you better. So then you will wear it more often, and I think that that's a great way to get the clothes that you want for also prices that you want and quality that you want.
I have a question for you. If you don't have a sewing machine and you don't have like a free Friday afternoon, is there a way that you can still upcycle clothing without having a sewing machine?
Oh yeah, definitely. This required absolutely no, this required no sewing at all. I used to not have a sewing machine because mine broke for a really long time and I couldn't get a new one. And that's when I kind of started using safety pins a lot, and also tying it. I learned how to tie clothes in a million different ways to make it look in the styles that I wanted. Also hand sewing, it does take a really long time, but it's worth it in the end if you're going to wear a piece of clothing more often. Yes, Frankie?
I've taken like my like parents like old like shirts or something, and then like I've like either cut them and you can like turn them into like a halter top, or you can like I've cropped them, and like one of the shirts that I've done that for is like one of my favorite shirts because it was like a shirt from a business that went out of business. And then I don't sew, but I've crocheted, and I crocheted 2 tops. Only one of them came out good. I don't know, but it's blue, and I'm very proud of it. So, yeah.
About cutting shirts. It recently became in style to have like off-the-shoulder tops that you can buy pre-cut, but that's a waste of time because you can go to a thrift store and buy a shirt and then cut it yourself. So I would recommend that to people who want to achieve that style without maybe the cost of like a shirt that you can make yourself.
Other than thrifting, another thing to look out for is like secondhand stuff. So, for instance, my brother has a friend that had a jacket that was a very nice jacket, and the friend grew out of it, and my brother was like, I want that jacket. And then my brother wore it for a while, and then he grew out of it, and now I wear the jacket a lot. It's a really nice jacket. It's still like in kind of the condition it was bought in, even though it's been through 3 people. So if you're looking for like a nicer brand or something, maybe look for someone else who's outgrown it. Because a lot of people hold on to stuff that's really nice that they outgrew just because they don't want to like get rid of it because it's nice. But if you, I don't know, if you're looking for something, people are pretty likely to kind of either sell it to you for cheaper or hand it off to you.
I get a lot of my favorite clothing from a friend of mine, including this shirt, which I think this shirt is pretty fun because I think she got it from a thrift store and then she gave it to me. So it says like Prince Edward's Island on the back. It's a Ninjago parody shirt, not made by Lego, that's also like cows. So I think that also thrifting or getting things secondhand can have like a fun story behind it or like some mystery. Yeah.
Can I say something? Just to piggyback off what the 2 previous speakers said, it's another fun thing you can do is to organize a clothing swap with a group of friends, because it's fun to have something new and different, but it's just a more sustainable way to have a new item of clothing and just to get together with your friends. And then I was also going to say that if you are interested in learning to sew, but you don't want to do it, you don't want to go out and buy fabric because that can get expensive, going to a thrift store like Savers, finding something in a much bigger size than your size, you can use the item of clothing as fabric. So if you buy something in like an extra large size, and you can use that as fabric. So it's a great, you can even use duvet covers, sheets, things that you find at the thrift store can be fabric. I mean, if you start going online, you'll find lots of people doing this. So you can get a lot of inspiration that way. When I first started sewing, which was like 30 years ago or something, this is going to date me, the internet barely existed. And so there wasn't a lot out there, but now there's so much out there. You can really teach yourself a lot of these skills. So I encourage you to check it out.
When it comes to like upcycling and making clothes, it's not just sewing. I have a friend who made me a sweatshirt that she uses little beads. I don't know what it's called, but it's like these little beads, and she sewed it, and she made it into the Nightwing logo from Batman. And I really like Batman. It's actually really pretty. So that's one way. And then also printmaking. I have a sweatshirt that has like bugs on it because I like bugs, and basically that's a way that you can really customize clothes.